What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Andrew Noble, and you are watching Hot Wheels Dad. Today's episode, we are on the way to meet Bob, a gentleman I met about a year and a half ago when I first picked up the, ooh, look at the Lambo right there. When I first picked up the Audi R8, it was one of the first cars and coffees I brought the car to. He had just picked up a 2020 brand new C8 Corvette. He had an early allocation of the car, so it was one of the first ones that were kind of out and about. Over the course of the last year and a half, he has been doing his build, so I'm going to check out his build. A lot of it is custom made by himself, so he did, I believe, the exhaust and a few of the engine dress-up pieces, so I'm excited to check it out and see what he has done to the car since the last time I saw him. All right, let's get a cold start on this baby here. It's one-off custom exhaust, check it out. Wow, that is so loud. That's one of the best sounding ones I've ever heard. Those blue tips, that look so good. You probably can't even hear me, I'm shouting so loud. I want to check out this Elkhart Lake Blue metallic paint in the sun. Look at that. Look at the flakes in there. Woo! It just shines. Look at the sun glistening off that paint. It is so beautiful. One of the best colored Corvettes out there. I don't know if you guys can see it if the camera's picking it up. As you change angles on here, it kind of goes from like a dark blue to the midnight blue. Oh, it looks so good. There you go. Dumping out that air suspension. Wow, look at that. Look at the way those wheels tuck underneath there. So nice. So nice. Look at that. Let's hear it come to life. Wow! Sounds so good. Man. Oh, that sounds so good, Bob. I'm obviously going to talk about everything this car has to offer, all of the mods that have done to it, but wow. Look at the way that it just sits there. So nice. Come down here. Look at how low. I mean, it's an inch and a half off the ground right there. Dang. Down over here. Wow. It looks so good with that air ride suspension on there. Drop down like that. Look at how low this sits right here. I mean, those are almost on the ground right here. Those splash guards right there. Ding. I mean, that paint coming around here, blue, almost has like a little purple tinge to it a little bit. And then custom stripes, silver stripes up there. It looks so good. Here we have a 2020 in Elkhart metallic blue C8 Corvette. Beautiful on air ride suspension. All of these custom pieces here, I'm gonna talk about every single one, but just look at the way that that glistens in the sun. It is so beautiful. I wanna first make mention of this wing here. Look at this high wing, custom one-off piece. It's a direct copy of the ZR1 wing. Look at the way that it comes off the car. Now these pieces, they're actually made to emulate the boomerang on the side of the car right here. They match that boomerang there, but they are custom made by the owner and a couple of friends of his. But look at the way that it comes off. It is actually adjustable right here, so you can adjust the angle of the wing, but I think it just sits perfectly right there on the car. The way that this wing is mounted under here, you got this long plate across here, so you know there's already that stability. But if you look up in here, there's this little gap. When you go to tighten down the wing, you want to make sure that it's pretty solid, so there actually is also a little plate cut underneath here to make sure that it sucks up against the tightness of the bottom of the engine hatch here to make sure it's solid all the way across. You get that extra stability in there. But definitely you can see the wing, because of how big this is, it has the stability under here, so you already know that it's not going to go anywhere. And then he has the speedtail wing right here, but it just sets off the rear end of the car so much. Next, I want to talk about this custom exhaust that he has in here. Now, he actually dropped the stock exhaust without removing this rear end bumper. Typically you have to take this whole bumper off to get this exhaust, but he custom made this exhaust back here, X pipe to the tips, and of course you got guys have already heard the cold start on that and heard those revs. It is just a beautiful, beautiful exhaust. Didn't even have to pull off the bumper, just cut and drop that 85-pound stock exhaust out the back end. You can see how this comes off that end over the top into the X-pipe right here. And the way the X-pipe sits, it just sits vertical in there. And then it comes down to that side over there. Wow, that is so gorgeous. Let's pop this rear deck lid here to check out some of the custom pieces that he has inside the engine bay. Now these pieces right here, this engine dress up kit, it's actually custom made. He is a machinist and he custom made these to dress up the inside of the engine bay, had them painted to color match, and then painted this cover here, this valve cover, to match the outside paint of the vehicle. Looks so good. Now this right here, these are some stickers right here. This normally is all black, but just look at the way that that engine looks inside there. He has a UPR oil catch can to protect the engine from any metal flakes that would get into there. He's actually cleaned this out one time and there actually was a little bit of metal flakes in this, so it's definitely functional and it protects this engine. He has the AFE throttle body spacer in here to give it a little bit more air inside there, and he actually has the AFE designed air filter. Let's come around down here to these wheels. They are black diamond wheels. Look at this. You got the little diamond right there on the side. You already know what it is. They are gorgeous the way that they're machined. There we go. Black diamond right there in the center. You got that little diamond. And then he has the calipers custom painted. So look at that. Extreme C8 to match his license plate, of course. The calipers are fitted with the G-Lock brake pads in there to give that little bit of an extra stopping power. Also to reduce brake dust. You can see the inside of the wheels. Look at how clean they are. They are super clean. And if you're going to go ahead and track your C8 Corvette, you're going to get a little bit of a better stopping power definitely on the track. Coming down around here, he has the side skirts. They are carbon fiber dipped, and then back over here the canards are carbon fiber. The way that they fit on the car, that fitment is just so perfect. Carbon fiber dipped front splitter, custom wrapped stripes up the center of the car. And back around here, I want to talk about this functional hood scoop here. I'm gonna actually shut this rear hatch so we can talk about it. Now, since this is an LT1 package, it does not have the rear view camera, so we actually custom made this hood scoop to force that air into the engine bay. And then check this out. Back up into here, down into that intake. So you know you're already getting all the cold air and the maximum amount of power for the C8 vehicle. This car is also fitted with the AFE control bars, front and rear sway bars. You can see it in there, so you already know how good this car handles. This car originally was on lowering springs before he put the air ride suspension on there. Now we noticed the ride, it was a pretty stiff ride, but now that we have the AFE control sway bars on the front and rear and the air ride suspension on there, definitely the ride is so much better. Let's come around the front here so we can actually see the air ride suspension. So air ride equipment, bag life. Check this tank out, totally custom fitment in here. You got your dual compressors and your air management system. Such a nice little setup, super clean the way that it just sets in the front of here. You do lose a little bit of trunk space, but of course you have that nice little trunk space here in the back. You can see there's still plenty of room back here in this. You can get your duffel bags and stuff in there, but a super, super clean setup the way that they have this in here. So with his air ride suspension, he actually has it mounted right here on top of this little cup holder here. Check it out. So actually still functional, and it's 3M taped to the top of it. You can open and shut with plenty of room there, and then his wire obviously goes down to the air ride suspension, but still functional. It's a nice, neat little clean setup there. He has the pedal commander for that extra little oomph when you need it. Definitely improves throttle response. This little switch here is for the actual air ride suspension, so it doesn't waste your battery power. You have it turned off when your car is off. Start the car, then you flip it on so your air ride comes on. A little neat little function there that I had no idea even existed on the air ride suspension, so pretty cool. Now, one of my biggest complaints of the C8 Corvette, when you get the stock car, this is actually open to the radiator. So every time you're driving down the road, any rocks that can bump up into here, you're just gonna destroy your radiator. Bob here, he put on this custom screen. He made this custom screen himself to actually protect the radiator from any rocks or anything that will jump up inside of there and ruin your radiator. The owner of this car, Bob Klein, has put a lot of effort into this car in the last year and a half since he's owned it. You can already see just the way that it just sits there. Look at how cool it looks. Bob was a machinist. He had his own vision and he had his own shop for many years, so he had his own vision of the way that he wanted this car to look. He wanted to look like a C8 race car. He definitely accomplished that. It's for sure a race car looking C8 Corvette. One of the coolest Corvettes I have seen out there on the road. Definitely badass. He's waiting for his Z06 to be delivered. You already know, look at the way he designed this car. Just wait until you see what he does to the Z06. I cannot wait to see what it looks like. Definitely going to be a cool looking car. Once the Z06 arrives, this car is actually going to be for sale. If you guys want to direct message me, you can comment in the comment box down below or reach out to me on Instagram and I'll put you in touch with Bob once this car goes up for sale if it's something that you are interested in. I want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Hot Wheels Dad. Appreciate you coming back. If this is your first time here, I would appreciate it if you give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. Thank you so much to Bob for allowing me to come over and film this awesome C8 Corvette. Such a beautiful spec car, and I cannot wait to see what he does with his Z06 car once he does receive it. Check out my social pages, Hot Wheels Dad, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Always remember, you are the maker of your own story, so don't forget to make it legendary. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.